Hop in, Jake.
Hello everyone, my name's Jake Churcher and I'm the Head of Products at Clearvision.
Hello everyone, I'm Paul Renshaw, CRO here at Clearvision, and today we're going to record a little chat about falling back in love with Jira, and we thought what better place to do it than a Tesla who've helped people fall back in love with cars. Right then Jake, so I thought what better place to have a chat about the new Atlassian platform than a Tesla. What's Tesla done to the car industry? It has absolutely turned it on its head. It's really a machine full of software and algorithms, and it's certainly put the frighteners up the traditional car industry. Last thing I heard about these really well-known car brands is having to revolutionise their organisations from being an engineering company to a DevOps company in a very short space of time, in a number of years.
Yeah, you see a lot of that in the automotive industry, don't you? Changing up the game because they have to start looking at software rather than engineering. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I think that leads on quite interestingly to the topic of why do people love Jira, or you used to really love Jira because 10 years ago you brought it into your company and you installed it on your little computer under your desk, and you got the whole company on Jira, an unlimited license. I'm sure it was $8,000 or $16,000, and now God, everything's changed, doesn't it? There's a platform, it's mission critical. The CTO and the CEO want to know what's going on, and a lot's changed in our ecosystem. So thinking of the big headline, how to fall back in love with Jira, what do you think the frustrations are? Why do you think we're even asking ourselves that question? What have you heard from customers recently?
I think what tends to happen is when you go for a big project or implementation on Jira or Jira Service Management, you find that person rolling out the project ends up being the gatekeeper of the app. So they become the go-to person for anything for Jira. Oh, can I change your workflow, or can you add this project? And that person can't get on with their day job. So that's when they start falling out of love with Jira. Remembering it for what it is and what value it can add in the organisation. They don't want to be burdened by all of the tasks that go with it. So I think the main way to fall back in love with Jira is become the user again, rather than doing all the tedious administration, project changes, consultancy, training the users, working with an expert like Clearvision or another partner that can take that burden away, support your instances, data center, cloud, whatever it is, and then that person can then focus on business-centered objectives again. Start doing their day job, what they should be doing, what they were hired to do, and allow someone else to do the heavy lifting and hard work for them.
Exactly, and I think that falls back under that category of meaningful work. We're reading so much now, and I think we're all so much more informed about what real meaningful work does. And meaningful work is related to objectives. It's in related to making a difference in the role you're doing, and like you say, those frustrations are absolutely drawn in the examples you've given. And having done this for 10 years, you've been doing this for 7 years, that is definitely a theme that we continue to see, isn't it? That frustration around your superstars owning too much of the nuts and the bolts of running this Atlassian platform.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also, the Atlassian world's forever changing. So is Jira as an application. A lot of organisations look at Jira and they remember it as a software development tool, tracking bugs, and for developers. But it's developed so much since then. It's on the Gartner quadrant as a visionary for one of the ITSM companies that can be really successful. You've got the leaders in that quadrant as well, like ServiceNow, but it's becoming an enterprise application for service management and ITSM that people use in all teams, whether it's HR, customer service, IT, change management, all of that rolls up into this one app now that can be used throughout the organisation, and I think that's another way that people can start loving Jira again for the application that it is.
Yeah, I'm glad you talked about that. That's what I wanted to talk about. I think there's a bit of legacy thinking going on at the moment. These sort of, the memories that you have of you worked for company X 5 years ago, and you remember Jira was hosted in IT. To get access to it always looked a bit complicated. There's that narrative around, particularly the business users, be it a PM, be it a product owner, not a hardcore dev who really comfortable in those maybe more complex environments, but the real business users, if you like, and they come in all guises. And I think there's this legacy now. I've spoken to loads of customers recently about, look, moving to Atlassian Cloud is moving to a new platform. It's as simple as that. It's not an upgrade, it's not a move of your data to be managed by Atlassian. It's so much more than that. It is a built from the bottom, brand new platform of solutions that are now completely cross-functional, with that beauty of having all the data in one place. You gave all the examples of the departments, and I think that's just really relevant. And so we've been good examples. We've been to a number of service management ITSM type events just recently. Nearly everyone we spoke to had migrated to Atlassian Cloud, so Jira Cloud for Jira software. Yeah. And they were like, well, this is amazing, how do I get it? And we're like, it's already in your platform. Yeah. There's no signing off a new platform from security, there's the list goes on, and what you have to do to make changes in your business. It's no, tell me how many agents you want, configure the solution, and you've already got it. That for me is really an interesting area. And I think what is also really helpful now is Atlassian have really worked out that Jira sits in the middle of teams that need to get work done. Yeah, that's it. Definitely. What have we learned through the huge development of the software industry over the last 10 to 15 years particularly? Great examples of how teams should work together. But now we're going, okay, come on marketing, how are you going to do it? Come on legal, how are you going to do it? Come on, HR, you name it. You just need a platform to get work done. It frightens me the amount of people who still use email and Excel to do that. Yeah. In organisations that you would think, surely they've got a really good process for this. Oh, hang on.
Challenges people have, with the mass adoption of Jira across their organisation as well is, and it was in the Forrester report, is that there's this assumption that for ITSM and JSM you need to get all of these add-ons to make it work. Yeah. Whilst that used to be the case with Jira Service Desk back in the day when it was relatively new, it didn't have all of the out of the box ITSM features, for change management, problem management, incident management, or request fulfillment. But now, it's out of the box, built for ITSM. You've got automation for Jira, which is now built in. Ops Genie has native integration to help IT operations teams. It's just come such a long way. So there's this false narrative of, people saying that the JSM isn't an enterprise tool, but I think now it's been placed in that visionary quadrant with Gartner in the ITSM industry. I really think that people are going to be quite surprised on how it's going to become a market leader in the coming years.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence that it's holding exactly the same position as ServiceNow was over a decade ago. We're very cyclical beings, us humans, and I'm afraid innovation follows very similar paths, and that's the way of the world, you know, it really is. And that's Atlassian have put themselves in a fantastic position for the service management world, but the world itself is in a different place to it was 10 years ago. So I think we also, when we hear the phrase ITSM, we think, okay, it sounds very technical and sounds like when you log a ticket because my laptop's broken, all that stuff. Does it even mean that anymore, does it? You know, we've started to hear the phrase more, which I love, which is service management with IT.
Yeah.
It just means using these technology products, which we're all really au fait with now. They're built in a consumer fashion. They work on your iPhone or your Android. They kind of make sense. We're logging tickets at home, aren't we? Oh, where's my Amazon order? Log a ticket. Even that sort of narrative around using technology, we're just using more. But then you go into your organisation, you're like, I'm being asked to write things down and update spreadsheets and try and make sure there's one centre of truth when it comes to data. This feels insane when the company who delivers my packages can do it, you know? And I think that's the real crossover there, is if you're running a team, and you might have heard of Jira and gone, whew, that sounds a little bit sounds a bit techie for me, thanks. It's just not the case. You know, you've got what's Jira Work Management, making it just really easy to do work for any team. You know, we might use it in my sales team across my initiatives. Put a service desk in front of your department. I like to envisage a service desk, a little service desk portal, a little bit like sticking a bodyguard out or some security outside your imaginary office door. So when Dave comes and knocks on, going, I've got this really urgent thing I need you to do, because we all get that in any job we have. You go, yeah, put it on a ticket.
Well, that's typical of an IT team, isn't it?
Yeah, we joke about that.
You walk up to them, they'll ask you to raise a ticket.
But now, that's what you need to be thinking about your team and your department and your product. But yeah, so I think, we used to joke about IT teams, didn't we? Raise a ticket, but no, it's about prioritization, control of your work, doing stuff that impacts. This isn't about deflecting to do any work. It's about, no, we'll prioritize it. If it needs to be done urgently, we will do it urgently, and we will be able to take the information in that way. Because we all know when someone comes up to ask us to do something that's urgent, often isn't, first point. Second thing is, they don't give you all the information that you actually need to complete that task anyway.
Yeah.
You know, the beauty of building a service desk is
you capture the right information.
First time.
Yeah, information gathering's key to that, and it allows the teams to prioritise it as well, you know.
It really does. Yeah, it really does. No, it's interesting. So what about, if we're going to talk to fall in love with Jira, someone watching this video and they're having their cornflakes and they're going, oh, come on guys, I think you're just trying to get me to buy the new, more expensive or higher costed cloud platform. It's still just tickets, what are we saying to that person when they're eating the cornflakes?
I think that, you've got the standard premium and enterprise tiers, and if you compare those for Jira software or Jira service management, you'll find that it depends on the size of your organisation and the requirements that you've got. So, you might not need full asset management in Jira service management, or you might not need advanced roadmaps in Jira software. It's about, going for the right tier for your organisation, and that's something that we help with at a stage where we review existing server environments, what plugins and add-ons that they've got and apps, and then match it to the tier that the organisation wants to go to. I think in terms of support, if you do any IT management course, you'll find that you have to have support with the vendor, and it covers you back if you're in a company that you've got a load of end users that you need to support. Even as an insurance policy, you need to ensure that you've got something to fall back on, someone to escalate to, and someone to service your users. Now, what tends to happen with people that use Atlassian applications, Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket, Bamboo, etc., they find themselves passing all of the tasks over to a support team who don't quite have the expertise or knowledge in order to maintain those applications, and that's when they need an escalation point to work with a partner to do the administration, do the consultancy, and do the training for end users, and that's where it's a key benefit, really. So, you know, whilst it's a good selling point, it's also about the value that we're providing with support, total support being one of our products. And if you look at the total cost of ownership of support in organisations, you can, one, look to hire someone and have a full-time employee that is an expert in Jira and Atlassian applications, or two, you can look at an outsource solution with a partner that can fulfill those requirements at a third of the cost. And it just makes business sense to do that.
Yeah, because I think you're right, because I think unless you're going to go, yeah, Atlassian is the Atlassian platform is so strategic to my organisation, I am going to make someone an owner, and you've got to be serious about it, a full-time job.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and oh, by the way, they not only need to understand initiatives driven from the director or senior level of the company and be able to translate that into processes within a product, you also need to be as up to date as the product and understand the newer features that get released very regularly. Beauty of SaaS. You know, quite frankly, you're looking for a unicorn, aren't you? You know, which again is where the partner community concept comes in. It's you know, just let them do the day jobs. I mean, I was thinking back what you were saying about people thinking, I'm not sure about a new platform. Again, the beauty of the SaaS platform is you can just get it for either $0 or a few dollars for a few of you in your team, can't you? You can show how to get value again from this Jira platform yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
You really can. So what what advice would you give to people who feel that they've started to almost feel a bit
Jesus Christ. Right, so maybe breaking the Tesla. You didn't want to hit the code.
That's what I did before.
Why is it so
The
sensitive?
brake is so aggressive that I keep forgetting to brake. And
Hello everyone, welcome to Carpool Karaoke, and Paul's going to kill us in a Tesla.
welcome to Death in a Tesla.
Oh, amazing. You're good at this, mate. I'll tell you what, 2 minutes in the car and you made this.
I was running from my brother and his friends, and tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. I was younger then. My heart was broke.